We've all been there. It's 3 a.m., you're staring at your phone, deep diving into a Wikipedia rabbit hole about medieval siege weapons, or watching a video of a guy building a swimming pool out of mud. Your logical mind is screaming at you to go to sleep, but your primitive brain is happily bathing in blue light, convinced that the glowing rectangle in your hand is the midday sun. The next morning, your alarm goes off, and you wake up feeling like a wet sack of cement. Your immediate reaction is to start a mental tally of your misery. I only got 4 hours of sleep, my day is ruined, I am gonna fail my exam, ruin my presentation, and accidentally pour orange juice on my cereal. But what if the actual damage of sleep deprivation isn't just physical? What if the worst part of being tired is simply believing you are tired? Your brain is an incredibly sophisticated biological supercomputer capable of processing complex quantum physics, yet it is stupid enough to believe you slept 8 hours just because a stranger in a lab coat told you so. This is the bizarre reality of placebo sleep, a psychological loophole that proves you can literally gaslight your prefrontal cortex into performing at peak capacity on absolutely zero rest.
Enter the magnificent, slightly hilarious 2014 Colorado College study conducted by researchers Christy Ertl and Christina Dragonich. They set out to answer a fundamental question. Can you trick the human mind into functioning perfectly on a terrible night's sleep just by lying to it? To find out, they gathered a group of undergraduate students and hooked them up to a massive, complicated-looking machine. The researchers told the students that this machine was a state-of-the-art medical device designed to measure their heart rate, brain activity, and most importantly, the exact percentage of high-quality REM sleep they had received the night before. Here is the absolute best part of the study. The machine was a complete and total lie. It didn't measure REM sleep. It didn't measure brain waves. It was essentially a bunch of plastic tubing and flashing LED lights attached to a computer screen showing meaningless, squiggly lines. It was scientific theater at its finest. The researchers then divided the sleep-deprived students into 2 groups and began the gaslighting process. For the first group, the researchers shook their heads, sighed dramatically, and told them, "Oof, according to our highly advanced system, you only spent 16% of your night in REM sleep. The average is 25%. Your cognitive performance today is going to be severely compromised. Good luck." For the second group, the researchers smiled, patted them on the back, and said, "Wow, incredible news! Our sensors show you spent a whopping 28.7% of your night in deep REM sleep. You are basically a biological marvel today. Your brain is fully primed to crush any task." Keep in mind, both groups had slept exactly the same amount. Some of them were exhausted, and some of them were moderately rested. But their actual sleep data had absolutely nothing to do with what the researchers told them. Next, the researchers subjected the students to a brutal cognitive challenge called the Paced Auditory Serial Addition Test, or PSAT. If you've never experienced a PSAT, count yourself blessed. It involves listening to a rapid-fire string of numbers and adding the last 2 numbers you heard together in your head under intense time pressure. It is a test specifically designed to make even the most caffeinated, fully rested brain short-circuit and cry for mercy. The results of the test were mind-blowing. The students who were told they got above average REM sleep performed significantly better on the cognitive tests than those who were told their sleep was garbage. Their brains didn't care about the actual physical reality of their fatigue. They simply accepted the expert's lie, booted up their cognitive engines, and functioned at a high level. On the flip side, the students who were told they got terrible sleep performed miserably. Their minds took the negative feedback, panicked, threw their hands in the air, and decided to underachieve.
This proves that while you cannot physically replace the cellular repair that happens during actual rest, your brain's daily cognitive output is heavily dictated by your own psychological narrative. You are quite literally as tired as you think you are. If you spend your morning complaining about how tired you are actively instructing your brain to perform poorly. So how do we weaponize this biological gullibility to our advantage? First, you have to initiate a complaint embargo. The next time you wake up after a terrible night's sleep, you are forbidden from telling anyone, including yourself, that you are tired. Do not utter the words, "I need coffee." Do not sigh when you stand up. Instead, look in the mirror and run a manual overwrite on your prefrontal cortex. Tell yourself, that was the most efficient, high-density, hyper-optimized 4 hours of sleep in human history. I am practically vibrating with cognitive power. It sounds ridiculous, because it is, but your gullible brain will actually believe the hype. Second, you need to eliminate the cognitive friction that makes you realize you're tired in the first place. When you are sleep-deprived, your decision-making capacity is shot. To protect yourself, use a decision elimination strategy. Lay out your clothes the night before, pre-program your coffee maker, and write down your top 3 tasks before you go to bed. By removing the need to make decisions in the morning, you prevent your brain from realizing it's running on fumes. Now, a quick warning before you decide to replace sleep with pure, unadulterated delusion: placebo sleep has an expiration date. You cannot gaslight your organs. Eventually, your body will demand its biological tax, and if you try to live on 3 hours of sleep indefinitely, you will crash. Use this hack as an emergency eject button for rough mornings, not as a permanent lifestyle choice. At the end of the day, our minds are incredibly powerful, highly suggestible engines. We spend so much time letting negative thoughts drag down our performance when we could easily use the exact same psychological machinery to lift ourselves up. If your brain is stupid enough to believe a fake machine with flashing lights, it is stupid enough to believe you. If your brain is gullible enough to perform like a genius on a lie, stop telling it stories that make it feel like a zombie. If you enjoyed learning how to trick your own biology, do your brain a favor and smash that subscribe button, hit the like button, and leave a comment telling me exactly how many hours of imaginary sleep you're planning to get tonight.